Welcome, I'm Shay J, and we are here on Sway TV today. Thank you so much for following and joining. And
I'm so excited to get started today.
We're gonna have some fun on the street.
we're doing Workout Wednesdays here on Amazon Live.
And she is fresh off the set of Shark Tank.
It's such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
We are going to be talking all about parenting.
This is our tribe of women. What is the key to a successful business?
And it's Brad Grunberg. Hi, Brad.
Thank God you are on this show. There's a Tesla. You can actually buy a car on Amazon.
That is so crazy.
The perfect gift. Yes, we got our Drake's Cake break. Oh, that feels so good. So awesome.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your Zulai. This is fun.
And one person's going to win a PS5. Which one will it be?
Here we go. I'm so excited. I can't even stand it.
Rosalinda just said this is better than Netflix. Woohoo!
Oh, Naveen says this is better than Netflix.
That's one of the best comments I've ever received, ever, hands down.
2, 1.
Amazon, we love you, Amazon. So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're joining me from. I'm Marissa Gold. This is The Art of Parenting on Sway TV Network on Amazon Live. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. It really means a lot to me that you're spending some time with me. And I was talking to my producer before we started, and I feel like I'm starting to build my tribe of people that are on here for this parenting, like, I don't know, the parenting corner, the parenting power party, but you know, the art of parenting. So we're all about being together. Hi, Rosalinda. It's so great to see you. Welcome back to the show. I actually have questions for you today. So I'm so excited that you're here with me. I'm hoping that some of the other men and women that have been here with me will join us today. We're going to start today. We're going to, so here in LA, it is about 3 o'clock, a little bit after 3 o'clock on Wednesday, February 10th. It's almost Valentine's Day. I can't believe we're in February already. It's just like, it's crazy. Like this year is already flying by. So I spent the whole morning working, doing private consults. I was with my daughters, you know, making lunch, making sure that they were all cool on their stay-at-home school and all that stuff. But so now it's my time to be with you, and I'm just really happy and excited to be here, and I'm excited to tell you what we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. And Rosalinda, I will answer your question, and I'm going to ask you questions in a couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. But first, we're going to just light this candle. This is a lovely new candle that we have. If you've hung out with me, you know that I like candles. You know that my daughters, my tween and teen daughters, like candles even more. And as a result, I'm a big believer that, you know, bringing things into the home that your kids really like also. And so this is actually hilarious. This is a Lulu candle. I call my daughter Lulu. She knows that. That's not her actual name, but I do call her that. And the actual, like, they have different scents, right? And so this one is called Sexy Man. And I like that because it's almost Valentine's Day and I'm single. So hey, there you go. So Sexy Man. So we're gonna light this. Oh, that's a really good match. I wonder if these matches are on Amazon. I'm gonna have to check that out because those are good matches. But we're gonna light this just to kind of, not to bring the energy in the studio down, but just to kind of chill. And also, woo, I actually love the smell, that sulfury smell, but also to bring some really good smell into the studio. So, because also, if you know, I also am a really big believer in elevating our senses, and the sense of smell is a really big one for me. I really believe that when we do things to elevate it, that it brings us into the present moment, and or it can also remind us of incredible, amazing memories. And in both cases, it's really good for the oxytocin, the feel-good hormones in our mind and therefore in our body, and then it just makes us feel really good. So you see the progression of that, right? Like light a candle, smells really good, feels really good, brings us in this moment, and also helps us to remember other things that make us feel really good and things that we want to remember. So yes, interview with Rissa. I love that. Do you know that actually there are a few people in my life who have called me Riss? Very few. Most people have called me Marissa or Parker, which is my maiden name. But Riss is, my dad used to call me that. That was like my dad's name. And Jed Gold, my ex-husband, who is here with me sometimes most days now on Fridays, he calls me that too. So, and I just want to say hello to, is it Moda Demore? I don't know if that's your name, but hello, welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me. Okay, so anyways, we lit the candle. Maybe wherever you're joining me from, you can light a candle or grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or your favorite juice, and you can hang out and do some shopping while we talk, right? So that's the goal here, to like get some good information, to talk about parenting, and to maybe find a couple of different items that you didn't know you needed, but you do need in your home. And today, one of the things that we're going to be talking about are some of the things that you can bring into your home, specifically as it pertains to how we love up our kids. And so we're going to talk about it in different ways, not just materialistically. Also, what do we do for them that are not having to do with any material items at all? However, that is part of this show, and there are definitely some things that I think that we can do with things from Amazon, some of the things that I love that I've talked about before that we're going to talk about again. And I'm really excited to share those things with you today. So today's show is really all about how we love up our kids. What do we do to make them feel really, really good, warm, those warm, cozy, fuzzy, just loved up feelings on the inside? The reason why that is so important is because, and we've talked a little bit about this on this show, but one of the things that I study and approach parenting from is understanding brain development. And one of the things that we know about the brain is that it is first and foremost a survival organ. And so if we want the brain to do the things it's supposed to do, like learn and grow and think clearly and carefully and thoughtfully, first and foremost, it has to feel secure and safe. And how do we make our children feel secure and safe? We love them, we give them so much love, and we make them feel filled up. And we've talked about how we have that internal battery on the inside that all human beings have it, whether we're little 2-year-olds or 20-year-olds or 50-year-olds, it doesn't matter. We all have this internal bank, right? I like to think of it as a battery, because I think, or a gas tank. One of those two analogies are the ways I like to really think about this, because if you think about it that way, then what that actually, you can really visualize in your mind, okay, well, if I have like this battery inside of me and it keeps me going and keeps me feeling good so I can get things done during the day, it has to be charged. It has to stay charged to keep me going. And slowly throughout the day, just by being alive, it slowly gets depleted, just like your cell phone's battery, right? Like just slowly through the day, just by normal usage, it gets depleted and you've got to plug it in and charge it. Well, the way we plug in and charge our kids is we love them up. And the way that we do that for ourselves is we do self-care. That's why we've talked so much about self-care on the show, because I also am such a firm believer that no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what your gender is, we have got to practice self-care. So it's practicing self-care, and it's loving up our kids and teaching them self-care so that we can help them to feel secure and loved, so that the brain can function and do all the things that the brain needs to do, right? The brain needs to learn, it needs to grow. We want the prefrontal cortex to be coming online and working with the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain. We want those things to be working together. And by the time your kids are in their mid-20s, their brains are going to be basically cooked, basically done. So moms and dads, you have this really incredible task before you, and you have a finite amount of time where you can actually affect changed dramatically, right? There used to be this argument, is it nature or is it nurture? Well, we know now that it's both. We know that. All of the research that has come out in the last decades, many decades, has shown us that it is both. It is nature and nurture. And so for those reasons, we can do things to help our kids feel loved and safe and nurtured. And then because they feel those things, they can go out into the world and they can become resilient and independent and empathic and human beings who have the capacity to be productive and happy and healthy in life and to be independent human beings. And after all, as a parent, isn't that what we want? If I was sitting across from you, if you were right here in the studio with me, and I said to you, what do you want for your kids? What is your number one goal for your kids? What would your answer be? Tell me in the chat, what would your answer be? If someone was asking me what I would want for my children, I would say that I want them to grow up to be happy and healthy, independent human beings. And I want them to understand and value their worth. And that when they go out into the world, they can share that with other people. Bro started following me. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for the follow. We're gonna enter you. We've got some awesome giveaways. We're doing another PlayStation 5 giveaway coming up. This Friday, I am doing a giveaway with Jed Gold. We are gonna be giving away 2 awesome, Michael T started following, awesome. I'm so glad to see you here. We're gonna write your name down. I'm so glad you're here. Now that you're following, you can talk to me in the chat. Tell me what you would want for your kids. I want to know. Rosalinda, tell me what you want for your kids. If I remember correctly, you've got 6 of them. Oh my God, props to you. How do you do that? We're going to talk about it. But what do you want for your kids, right? And so now that you're here, we can be, I love that answer. Oh my God. You totally just took me off my train of thought. Okay, Rosalinda's answer, this is amazing, to make my babies to be independent, joyful, and full of confidence. Yes, 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 yes. I couldn't agree more. I think that is what we as parents want for our children. We want them to be independent, joyful, and full of confidence, because if they have that confidence, they can go out into the world and interact with it on their own, right? Yes. So, and Nadine, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad to have you here. Join us in the chat, talk to us. I just asked, what is it that you want for your children as we are helping them to grow and thrive into their adulthood? What are we hoping for them as they become adults in this world? So yes, and Rosalinda just said to make her babies be independent, joyful, and full of confidence. And that is like the antithesis of what we as parents all want, right? We want that so badly for our kids. And it's hard to instill that. You can't make someone be confident. You can't make someone be joyful. So do you know what that is actually really dependent upon? It is dependent upon the experiences that they have growing up. Yes, the experiences that our children have growing up, whether they are experiences with us, their parents, with their friends, with their teachers, in romantic relationships, in work relationships as they get old enough to have jobs when they're teenagers. All of these different types of relationships are going to shape and mold who they become and their ability to go out into the world and interact in a joyful and productive and happy and self-confident and independent way. And that's what we want for our kids. And we, the parents, we are their first teachers. Yes, Rosalinda just said it is our job to try and mold them to be there and to show up daily. Yes, I could not agree with that more. Yes, it is our job to help shape that. But at a certain point, it is also our job to let go and to say, go on, go into the world, right? There you go. Go out into the world. I've done everything I can do. It doesn't mean I'm gone. It doesn't mean I'm, going to disappear from your life. But it does mean that at a certain point, we as parents have to step back and say, you know what? I think I have done as much as I can do right now, and I'm going to be there to support my kid. But my kid has to go out and make their way in the world and figure some things out. And that means that they'll make mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes are okay. Mistakes are actually really good because we learn from our mistakes. So So today we're talking all about how do we love up our kids. How is that for an introduction? There was a lot of information that I just threw at you guys, but you're smart and you're fun, and I know that you get it, and we're gonna just keep going down this road together. So if you're just joining me, I'm Marissa Gold. This is The Art of Parenting on the Sway TV network on Amazon Live. Thank you so much for being here with me. We are swaying live on Amazon. And we're talking today about how do we love up our kids so that they can go out into the world and become joyful, independent, self-confident, happy human beings. And yes, Rosalinda just said mistakes are great and teaches them to do better the next time around. And that is so true. In the best case scenario, they learn from their mistakes, right? So we actually really want our kids to make mistakes. To be honest with you, it's actually a really good thing. And it's really funny because I have parents who say to me all the time, well, I don't want my kid to try that, or I don't want them to do that. And my question is always, but why? Why? Unless it's obviously something where we know they're going to get hurt, right? Even things that are going to put them out there that might be hard and something difficult for them to get through, we still want them to go through it, because those are the kinds of things that help build them and create these really smart brains and these really confident and happy kids that can go out into the world and be joyful and confident and happy and productive human beings. And that is what we are hoping to raise. Okay, so how do we love up our kids? So my first question, if you are in the chat, if you are hanging out with me, tell me your suggestions. What are things you do in your home to show love to your kids that have nothing to do with actually an actual item that you have purchased for them, right? So what does that mean? What does that look like? So what are ways that we can share with and show our children that we love them without actually giving them something? Because it's very easy to pick up something from Amazon and have it sent to our house and give it to our kids. And trust me, there are lots of fun goodies, and I'm gonna show you some of them today, and things that you can get for your kids. But I also think it's really important to figure out what can we do in our homes that we can actually, are they experiential? Is it how we communicate? What are the things that we can do that are not just about material items that we can give to our kids? Because those are the things that actually will stay with them longer. Why is that? Why will those things stay with them longer? Well, it's quite simple. I'm sure you've all heard this lovely saying, actions speak louder than words. Yes. So your actions, we can tell our kids all the time, I love you, I love you, I love you. You can, when you get off the phone, we say to, if you're talking to a loved family member, you might end the phone call by saying, I love you. But the reality is that saying only goes so far. And when we actually show people through our actions that we care about them, they come to really understand in a very concrete way that we are important to them. And those things stay with them. It lasts within them. And those are the things that fill up that internal battery or gas tank, however you want to think about it. So Rosalinda said that being here and present all the time, saying I love you daily and hugging them. Absolutely. And she said also that memories last longer than materialistic items. And I couldn't agree more. And that, memories also have the ability to, as we talked about at the top of the show, memories have the ability to make us feel really good. And they stay with us forever and ever, right? And so, yes, sometimes it's harder to recall every single memory. There are certain memories that stay with us over other ones, but the ones that really make our children feel good, those stick with our kids. I know if I had one of my daughters sitting here with me on the couch, and maybe I'll bring one of them back next week, I know if I said to them, what are some of your strongest memories that stand out from the last 12 or 15 years of your life, I know that those memories, I am 100% positive that they would all have to do with family and being loved by family in some way, shape, or form. I know that because I've had those conversations with them. So it is so important that we are providing that those experiences and that feedback to our kids. So what are other ways? And Nadine just said, I hear that their opinions and put some level of value into that. I love that. Yes, that is so, you bring up, Nadine, thank you so much. You bring up such a good point, right? So when we as parents, really listen. And by listening, I mean, we don't just say, like, hear them and let it go in one ear and out the other and then just move on to our next task. Because let's face it, we are all very busy. And so sometimes, you know, we're making breakfast while one of our kids is talking to us and we're just kind of yesing them. We're like, okay, Johnny, I hear you. Yeah. And then you just keep going, right? Well, if you're able to really stop and focus and look at your child in the eye so that they are aware that you are really listening, and not only listening, but you then provide feedback in that moment. For example, saying, Johnny, I really hear that you're saying that you want to have more time right now on TV, but right now it's family breakfast time. So we are going to have family breakfast time together, right? I'm looking at pretend Johnny. So the goal here is to let your child know that you hear them. And even if you disagree with what they're saying, you're explaining why you disagree and offering a distraction or a substitute to whatever it is that they are wanting or needing. Or you can validate in what they are saying and have that conversation with them, right? So you can say, well, Johnny, I really hear you that you want some extra time at the TV, but right now we're having our family breakfast and we're gonna have such a nice meal together, but then afterwards, then you can go back. What do you think about that, right? So that conversation where the two of you are engaged together and you're sharing and you're not just telling your child what to do and you're not ignoring them and you're not moving past them, you're really hearing them and you're at their level, you're looking at them and you're answering them and giving them some suggestions, that is amazing, amazing, amazing. That will provide a feedback for them that tells your child that you love them and that you are validating their emotions and that you are there for them, even if you don't agree. And quite frankly, that is the goal. The goal is for them to know that they have been heard, because one of the things that all human beings want more than anything else ever is to be heard, to know that they are, to know that their opinion matters and what they're saying matters and what they are trying to express, all of it. Like, we as human beings, we want to be heard. And when we are not heard, when we are feeling like we are not heard, that has a very debilitating effect on our self-esteem and our self-confidence. And so the more that we can show our children that we are hearing them, even if it's a conversation that we don't even want to be engaged in. One of the things that I think you can say to your child, if they're trying to bring up something that you aren't aware of or don't want to talk about for whatever reason, you know, one of the things that I will suggest to parents is say, you know what, I hear everything that you're saying right now, but right now is not a great time to have this conversation. So let's put a pin in it, or, you know, talk about it and tell them when. Okay, that's the main thing with that, is that you need to say to them, we can't do it now. That's number one. We can't do it now, but I hear you and I want to have this conversation with you. Number two, this is when we're going to have the conversation, okay? So that way they know that they're not being ignored. And number three, and this is the most important one for you parents, you have to go back and have that conversation. Whenever you told your child in point 2 that you were going to have that conversation, number 3, you have to go back and have it, right? So 1, acknowledge what they're saying and, you know, talk to them about how maybe right now isn't the most prescient time to have that conversation. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you need to get more information about it. There could be a number of reasons why now's not the time to have that conversation. Number 2, you tell them when you're going to have that conversation. To say, you know, you validate them and say, I want to talk with you about this, but right now is not the best time, so let's do it tonight before bedtime. And then number 3, you follow up at bedtime. Parents, that's the most important piece of this. Follow up when you say you're going to follow up. I can't tell you how many teenagers I work with who tell me all the time, teenagers say to me, my mom told me she was going to do this. It didn't happen. My dad said he was going to do this. He never followed through. So, and you know, when that happens over and over and over, then kids start to feel like they can't rely upon what their parents say. They can't trust what their parents say. And we don't want that to happen with our kids. We want them to trust us. We want them to know that they can count on us and rely upon us. And yes, our babies remember everything regardless of their age. So whether you have a 3-year-old or a 13-year-old or a 23-year-old, they remember what you say to them, right? Yes. So and girl. So Michael, you're asking about a book, and I'm not sure what the book is that you're talking about. So if you want to tell me the name of the book, then maybe we can chat about it. But so far, I'm not seeing, unless I missed it in the chat. And if I did, I apologize, but I'm not seeing the book, so I'm not able to answer. Okay, so what are some very specific things? Let's talk about very, very specific things that you can actually do with your kids to show them that love, to love up on them. Okay, so Valentine's Day is around the corner, right? And I know, and I said, oh, that book. Got it. Okay, that book is a funny book. Now, what are you talking about with that book? You're saying that it's inappropriate? It's not inappropriate. It's a funny book. I mean, if you feel it's inappropriate, you don't need to buy it. But there are plenty of other people that might really enjoy it, and that is their prerogative. So, Michael, you get to choose. That's the beauty of this lovely life that we are all living. You have the ability to choose. So if you don't want it, don't order it. Someone else might want it, love it, think it's hilarious, and even show their teen child. I've had parents do that. The title that is not, I'm sorry that you disagree. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. That's what we're going to have to do. It's a very, very funny, it's a very funny book. The other one that's really funny, which is also in the carousel, which is my other book that is funny. Hold on. I need to go back to the other book. So that one is all about, getting your kids to go to sleep. But then there's the other book in the carousel that I really like that is also really funny, and it's called Where the Wild Moms Are, I think, Where the Wild Moms Are. And yeah, this one, and it's obviously a play off of Where the Wild Things Are, which is one of my favorite all-time kids books. So, if you happen to be someone who wants to get a gift for a mom or a wife or an aunt who's a mom, I think this is a really funny gift, and this one is less inappropriate, Michael, okay? So this is a good one. I don't have this one with me. It is at home. I'm so sorry. I don't have this book with me, but I'll bring it on Friday. How's that? When I'm back on Friday, I will bring it with me. It's really, really funny. And then the other two books, so that since we're now talking about books, because one of the things that I was going to say, a topic that I was going to talk about with you guys as far as loving up our kids is doing things with them, quality time. And one of those quality time things that we can do is to read together. I just got a message from my producer. It's hilarious. So loving up our kids is doing things with them, right? And one of the things that we can do with our kids is to read with them. And, you don't always have to read with them. You can read next to them. One of the things that I've talked about on this show is doing what we call in our house, solo quiet time, where we pick a room in the house, we all go into that room, but we do our own things individually. I am always 100% of the time on my Kindle because I love my Kindle. In fact, I love it so much that I'm going to just share with you so that you get the true Kindle experience, because it's one of my favorite items ever, hands down, that Amazon sells. And I think if you like to read it all, you should have a Kindle.
Kindle Paperwhite, our thinnest, lightest yet. Now waterproof with Audible.
Plus a sleek, modern design and twice the storage. Kindle Paperwhite is purpose-built for daily escapes, so you can read and relax in more places.
Snowy mountains and streams, though not one was in sight. The landscape is only wavering foothills, roughened here and there with bushes and trees.
But what I love about this, the new Kindle in particular, is it is waterproof. So when I take a bath, when I'm relaxing, I can have it in the bath with me, and I'm not stressed that it's going to drop. And and Audible. It comes with Audible, which is huge, because now I can, like, if I'm lying in bed and don't want to read, I'll just listen to it. And that was like, it's a game changer for me. So I just love my Kindle. But the other books that I was going to share, I was saying, if we're having family solo quiet time, that, I am always reading. And usually one of my girls is listening to music on her, AirPods. And then the other one, it's a toss-up. Sometimes she's drawing, sometimes it's no technology time. So that's that. I want to be clear about that. So with solo quiet time, there's no technology. We're all off of our phones. The only thing is that I will read on my Kindle, and my daughter, who has a Kindle, if she wanted to read on that, that's obviously allowed as well. But these Kindles that I have, these are just e-readers. They don't have anything else on them. So there's no ability to go and do anything else on there. And Rosalinda, I love that you said that you're getting the farmhouse boho style swing for reading time. If you can, put the link to that in the chat. I don't know if it's on, it says, I'm guessing that you're getting it on Amazon, because you said, have you purchased it here on Amazon? Okay, I have not, but I love swings. You did not know this about me, but I love swings and I love rocking chairs. So if you can, put the link to the boho swing in the chat, because I totally want to see what you're talking about, because maybe I will purchase it and put it at my house, because I'm always looking for fun ways to create reading space in my home that is cozy and inviting. Because while I love to read, my two girls, that's not where they would choose to spend their free time. But they do love to be cozy. And so if I create like a cozy space for them, I'm hoping then that maybe they would want to read in that cozy space. Maybe. So how do you add a link? Gosh, I think if you copy it, so if you go to the page on Amazon where that item lives, and then you go up to the browser and you highlight it and copy it, and then you come back to the chat, and where you would chat, press paste, which I don't know I know on my computer it's like Control V. I don't know how that would work on yours. So, but you can try it. Or the other thing that you can do is, if you know the exact name of it, you can write the exact name, and we will try to search it and find it ourselves here. My producer is awesome behind the scenes at finding things when I talk about them. So that's the other thing. If you know the exact name of it, I would type in boho swing, but there's so many of them, because I just know that there's so many things in the boho area on Amazon, right? So let us know what the swing is that you really like, and we'll try to find it. Because now I'm so curious, Rosalinda. I'm so curious what swing you're talking about, because like I said, I'm all about creating cozy, comfortable, like book nooks in our house. And I would like to do that with a swing if possible. So, and if anyone else has like a swing that they really liked that you want to share with me, please share with me. So I really want to get one of those, like, the ones that hang from the ceiling, but I have no idea how I would hang that. And I mean, I guess I would figure it out, or I would have to bring someone in to help me figure it out. But I don't even know where I would put that. I would have to, that's like a whole other, I'd have to think about that. Okay, so spending quality time with your kids is an awesome, oh, look. See, that's what my producer just found. So, Rosalinda, is it like that? Is that what you're talking about? Because that is a very boho styled, and that is the kind that hangs from the ceiling. I'm not sure if that's the kind you're talking about. So let us know if that's similar or is the one that you're talking about. I'm so curious. Okay, so if we are spending time with our kids, what are other things that we can do with them, right? We can read with them, and so two of the other books, if you have really young kids, I would say like between 2 and even early, like Well, it depends if your kid, because I know like some younger kids sit still for reading and others don't, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong there because some kids are just more inclined to be able to sit still at an earlier age. So if your child is 15 months old and not sitting still for books with you, don't worry about it. Don't fret. It's okay. But if you do have a 15-month-old who will sit still and read books with you, these are two that I really love. And actually, it's Jed Gold, my ex, who will be here on Friday, who likes to read or used to read these with our kids. So the first one, this is obviously a classic, and we just love this book. It's The Giving Tree. And he said, and I couldn't agree more with him, that when you read this book, even as an adult, you get so much out of it. There are so many lessons in this book to be learned from this book. And I think that you can just go back and keep reading it, and you will always get more and more from it. And then this other book, which is one of my absolute favorites and one of Jed's absolute favorites. It's a compilation. It's called Yertle the Turtle and Other Stories by Dr. Seuss. It's a compilation of 3 different stories, okay? And each one teaches a very significant lesson for children to learn in their earlier years and for you as the parent to grow upon. And so what I love so much about these 2 books in particular is that these are books that you can start reading with your children when they're really little itty bitty ones, right? Like 2 or even younger or 3. And yet they will grow with you and with your children, and you can read them throughout until literally until they don't want to read with you anymore, right? So like at a certain point, your kids are going to say, I'm going to read on my own, right? That's okay. I wish my kids, actually they do let me read to them still, but it's when they have to read like something that's really challenging for school, then they want me to read with them. If I was like, let's sit down and read The Giving Tree together, they would look at me and be like, are you kidding me? Actually, they wouldn't even say anything. I would probably just get an eye roll and they would walk away from me. And that would be my way of knowing that what I just suggested was like, are you kidding? No way. So, because when you have a teenager in your home, you have to learn to read body language and facial expressions because there isn't as much verbal communication as when they were little. It just is the way that it is. I mean, some teenagers, maybe they are more expressive and more articulate, and that continues. And I'm not generalizing all teenagers across the board, but I will say that many teenagers, well, maybe I am generalizing just a little bit, many teenagers, they're not as expressive verbally as they once may have been as children. And so parents of teens and tweens, you have to become a purveyor and a learner and listener of their body language and their facial expressions and then the actions that you see. So are they like constantly wanting to be in their room? Are they constantly walking away from you? And then what do these things tell you, right? We could do a whole show all about teenagers because teenagers, they are just so fun. Okay, they are fun and they are challenging, but they're awesome. I have to say, one of the coolest things for me being a parent is that at every stage of development, I really, truly loved it. And then as they got older, I was like, oh, even this is better than the last one. Now, there are definitely things that I miss. I absolutely miss the little baby stage, the teeny tiny like newborn. I know a lot of parents don't like that, but I actually really liked when they were like tiny and would curl up and go to sleep right here on my chest. And now, they're basically the same size as me. It's crazy. But I love them. And I love now that we have a totally different kind of relationship where we talk and share things. And there are like so many hilarious things going on in my house right now, but I can't talk about them on live TV because I think I would get into so much trouble. So Rosalinda is saying that it is the N&M Products Macrame Boho Style Swing, which I think, is it possible that that's the one that we posted? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is. Yes, he's saying yes, it is. She's saying yes, it is this one. Amazing. And that's an amazing price. I'm totally gonna have to check that out. And Rosalind, you have a 17-year-old boy. Oh my God. Okay, so you have 6 kids, and one of them is a 17-year-old boy, which I just found out. But I want you to tell me the ages and the genders of the other ones. I'm so curious, and I'm curious How are you able, I want your secret for how you are able to hang out with me. I'm so glad you're here and I want you to stay and hang out. But I'm so curious how you are able to stay and hang out with me when you have these kids running around. Because, I mean, I have two and they're 12 and 15. And so I can leave them alone now. So I'm able to leave them for a few hours a week. They know I come to the studio, I do my shows. The rest of the time I'm basically home with them. Even if I'm working, I'm like, we're all in the house so I can help them if they need help, right? But when I'm around, they want me to help them, not with everything, but with, okay, wait, so this is the answer. So 17-year-old boy, 9-year-old boy, 7-year-old boy, 6-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl. Oh my God. Props to you. You have your hands so full. So what is your secret that you are able to hang out here and be with me and do this, like talk to me and hang out and have fun, which I love. And are your kids, are they like completely self-sufficient? And if so, how did you do that? I want your secrets. And yeah, so tell me what's going on in your home that you're able to be able to like hang with me as much as you are, given that you have, especially the young ones, the 7, the 6, the 4, and the 2. I know just from having, when my kids were younger, if I was home with them, I don't know that I would have been able to get more than 5 minutes of quiet peace ever, unless I like scheduled it and had someone else in the house so that I could get that time, which maybe you do. Maybe that is your secret. Maybe you have someone who's helping, whether it is a husband or other significant other or someone. So anyways, I look forward to your answer. I'm so curious how you are doing it. Okay, so other ways that we are gonna love up our kids. And yes, even though Valentine's Day is coming, so the next thing I'm gonna share with you, this is something that a lot of people do around Valentine's Day. In fact, I have seen this all over like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, parents sharing ideas for how to do things in the month of February to show their kids that they care, right? And one of them, it was really cute. It was like cut out hearts from different colors of construction paper. I should have brought, maybe on Friday I'll bring it. But anyways, cut up hearts out of construction paper, and on each heart, write a characteristic or something that you love about your kid. And on each day in February, tape it to their door. I thought that was a super cute idea. So the thing about this is that just like, we want to love up our kids, not just the month of February. We want them to feel this love and this nurturing and this support all year long. Especially right now with COVID, they need it even more because COVID has been scary and it's caused kids to be anxious and there's a lot of unknown. And when there's a lot of unknown and anxiousness around our lives, what we as parents really have to do is dig in and give our kids even more. So this is something that I used to do when my kids were going to school. I would take, this is just a sticky Post-it note. You can purchase Post-it notes like this on Amazon. And I would write a note like this and see, it just says, I love you so much, have a great day. And then I would stick a note like this in their lunchbox. So when they would open up their lunch, they would get a note from mom. And so it's just something that in the middle of the day when I'm not even there, they would just know, oh, mom's thinking about me, right? If you don't want to do it on something like this, there are also there are all different kinds of tags and different decorative things that you can purchase on Amazon, things that, little cards and tags that say, I love you because, and you can just fill it in, right? So there are so many different ways to do this. And so I used to put these notes in their lunches, notes like this in their lunches, but also I leave them around the house. And in the month of February, I do put them on their desk in the morning so that they will see that. They'll wake up to a message from mom. I write something that I love about them. And then the other thing that you can do if your kids have their own or a shared bathroom is to write a note and either a good morning or a good night note and stick it on their bathroom mirror and leave it there. So because when they see these things throughout the day, it just lifts their spirits. And this is just one little thing that's going to do it, stick in a charge into their internal battery, right? And so You want to write the notes in the lunchboxes? I'm telling you, it's a really good idea, Rosalinda, sorry. So, okay, wait, I just want to say, you said that your 17-year-old games Fortnite on PlayStation daily. Yes, I totally get that. There are so many, especially a lot of boys, but although one of my girls is a total gamer also, so it's not even a gender thing at all anymore, but lots of boys and girls have become total gamers, especially with COVID. With boys, I will say it is predominantly how they socialize, and so it is actually important to allow our children to be online for socialization, because right now that's one of the only ways they can socialize. Okay, and then you said your other boys are playing Roblox. Yep, Roblox is hugely popular in my house. And your two girls play with the baby dolls and play kitchen. So do you think that, I'm curious if you think, Rosalinda, that it's because you actually have so many children that they play with each other and they are independent and they've learned to really like play with each other and take care of each other and be there for each other. And while you are like overseeing everything, you're like obviously the mother hen, but they're actually doing like a lot of the little things that parents might do throughout the day. Like if a child says, I want to play Barbie, for example, then a mom might sit down and play Barbie, right? But in your case, because you have this incredible brood of kids, you can say, go play with each other. You're saying, no, they don't really play with each other. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say right now. Because I thought for sure I thought that's what you were going to say. I thought you were going to be like, yes, that's it. That's the key. Because then I was going to go out and I was going to tell everyone, I have the miracle. You have to have 6 kids, right? That's what it comes down to. That's what Rosalinda said. Your 2 girls do play with each other, yes. So my 2 girls play with each other a lot too. They're 3 years apart. And, you know, when they were really little, they didn't play with each other, but now they do. And I mean, well, now they're older, so now it's talking and that kind of interaction. But there was a window, I would say, from the time my little one was 2 and my older was 5 until my older one was about 12, where they played together all the time. And it wasn't, you know, they actually play very differently. Like one of them was really into, fantasy and toys and building with her hands, and the other one was really more about like dressing up and that type of fantasy play. And so it was really cool to watch them figure out how to play together, because they really did play differently. But then the other thing is they found other things that they really loved. So like they really loved going outside, and that became, and we're fortunate, we live in LA, the weather is beautiful, and so over the years they've developed all of these different things that they do outside together, right? Whether it's bike riding or going skateboarding, or they would go for runs together, they go for walks together. We live in an area that's very safe, and so when they got to the ages where I was comfortable with it, we would let them walk to local Starbucks, and to pick up a bagel or an ice cream or whatever else. And so they spend a lot of time doing things together, and they still do that, which is really awesome. Yes, oh my God, you just said, you took like the magic bullet literally out of my brain and out of my mouth, Rosalinda. That is so what I was going to talk about also, which is that the key to having this a home that runs smoothly, or as smoothly as possible, is that you have a schedule and a routine. And so I differ a tiny bit. What I say to people is, you need to have routine. You don't have to have a set schedule, because things come and go in life, and things get thrown at you, and we have to learn to be flexible. I think that flexibility is important. But having routine, knowing your kids, knowing like what is happening in their day and essentially the timeline of what's happening in their day, is really good for them and really healthy for them, and it actually makes them feel really safe and nurtured. And this is like full circle back to the beginning of the show when we were talking about what makes our kids feel loved, and it's the safety and the nurturing, and that one of the things that comes from is having a routine. So, you know, when I work with my families, with my private patients and clients, one of the things that we talk about is what is your day? What do you need to get done in your day? And once I get that information from them, we set up a timeline of their day. And so they follow the timeline. The timeline is not set to specific times, because that's where the idea and the need for flexibility comes into play, right? Like, let's say, you know, it's breakfast, and after breakfast it's outdoor playtime. Well, if it's raining, you're not going to do outdoor playtime. You're going to skip to the next thing, or maybe you have an alternate activity. So it's important to have flexibility. However, yes, the same schedule as far as waking up, brushing teeth, eating breakfast, getting ready for school. Absolutely. It's so important that our kids have that, because then they can actually start to control their own day, and that is what leads to independence. When we are constantly, as the parents, when we are putting our, okay, now we're going to do this, and now we're going to do this, and now you have to do this, that's not giving them the ability to be independent and to maintain their own schedule. And believe it or not, really young kids, they are capable of knowing, oh, we just had breakfast, now it's time to do outside play. And after outside play, I'm going to wash my hands, and it's time to sit down at my computer for school time. And after school time, I get to have my snack in the kitchen with my sister, right? Kids understand schedule. They really do. And when you have a schedule, they will follow it, and they will feel nurtured. They will feel routine is good. Routine, say it with me, routine is good. Yes. Okay. So we talked about the love notes. We talked about quality time. So in the quality time, the only quality time we talked about was reading, but I want to just share a few other things that I love for quality time with our children. Cooking together is a great one. And we are going to actually do some cooking segments on here. Not today, but stay tuned and follow along, because we are going to do it. So cooking together, and creating art together. And what I want to say about that is, if you go and you shop the carousel for the Art of Parenting, and you look in the Art of Parenting list, you'll see all different art activities and art things that I really like, art products that I really like. And so I'm going to just share with you a couple of them, because on Friday we are doing a giveaway. If you are hanging out with me and Jed on Friday, we are going to do a giveaway where he is giving 2 archive books. And it's going to come, actually, he's giving a gift certificate to have 2 archive books created for your child. And then the book, or before you actually make the book, you're going to get a whole bundle of art supplies. And this is one of the things. You're going to get. This is one of my favorite companies for art supplies. It's Kid Made Modern. And this is a complete craft supply library. It is only $39.99. And look at that. Look at everything that comes with it. I mean, I'm zooming in, because there is so much stuff that comes with this art kit. And so you're going to get that. And you are also going to get, these are some of my other things that I really love. These are paint by sticker books. There are so many different kinds of paint by sticker books. They are geared at different ages, different subject matters. So whether you have a boy, a girl, a young one, mid-elementary, older elementary, I have gifted these to my niece, to my nephew, to family, friends, kids, basically starting as young as 4 years old and up to 12, I would say, because they come with different skill levels too. So if you have a child that really gets into it, you can do this when they're older, right? So that's going to be part of the giveaway on Friday. And then we're also going to do, okay, who got into the crazy tie-dye craze over the summer? So if you were like us, we were all about tie-dye this summer. And now there are these incredible 2-minute tie-dye kits. How amazing is that? 2 minutes. No longer are the days where your kids put it together and then they have to wait, right, for overnight, and then you have to wring it out and you have to stick it in the washer. No more. 2-minute tie-dye kits. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. Okay, so that's going to be included in the giveaway. And also the last thing that is going to be included in the giveaway is a book like this. These are these coloring books. I think, oh no, I don't have mine here. I normally have it. I don't have it with me today, But these are these gorgeous books that they have patterns and designs in them, and you can color them. You just need like a fine tip marker, which there will be some in the giveaway. So this is an awesome giveaway. It's going to come, we're doing 2 of them on Friday. All you have to do is be here and follow along, and you will be eligible to win this giveaway. And the giveaway comes with a gift card for Archive and all of these fun, awesome art supplies. And so when you have them, then you can actually do, these activities with your kids. And so, when you sit and you actually do these activities with your kids, they feel really good and really special that mommy or daddy is taking some time away from what they have to do. Because believe it or not, kids know from a really young age, they understand the concept of work. They don't know, where mommy goes or where daddy goes, or, if mommy's on the phone. They understand that they don't have mommy's full attention, right? So when they do get your full and undivided attention, you are sitting with them and you are one-on-one with them, that is something that really shows them how much you as their parent love them and appreciate them and want to be there with them. Okay, so... And yes, I believe, I'm not seeing it in the chat right now, but someone, I don't know if it was you, Rosalind, or someone else said prepping meals together. And yes, I think that like anything in the kitchen is a great place to have your kids join you. And one of the things that's really great about doing activities like this with your kids is that it tends to always be a very organic conversation starter. What I mean by that is often when I'm doing something with one of my girls, and I don't even have to say, I have to talk to you about, or, we need to chat about, right? Because typically what happens is in the course of us doing this activity together, they will bring up things that are going on in their life. And because we're not sitting, just staring at each other, because that's not happening, because we're doing something while we're talking, there's something about it being much easier for a child to open up in that moment. And they understand that they have mommy or daddy's undivided attention in that moment. And that is so important for them to understand that. So anyways, I just want to say, if you're just joining me, I am Marissa Gold. This is The Art of Parenting on the Sway TV network on Amazon Live. We're talking all about how we love up our kids and show them love, not just because it's Valentine's Day in the month of February, but all the time. Like, what are the things that we can do? And I love that, Rosalinda, you said that your kids call you a super mom, and I actually fully believe that you make it look easy. I do, because the things that the answers that you give when we're chatting, and just by, what you talk about and the way we talk together, sort of, I'm talking to you this way, you're talking to me in the chat, but it feels very real, and it feels to me like you make it look very easy. So if you have other tips, feel free to share them in the chat. Okay. So here's another area that I think it goes a really, really long way with kids, especially when we are trying to show them that we love them, that we are there for them, and that we want to create fun in their lives. Okay, so sometimes kids look at their parents and they don't say this consciously, but on a subconscious level, their parents just become someone who does things for them and just gets through the days and isn't necessarily like fun, like a friend, right? And so I try to remind my kids that not only can I be fun, but I am fun, and that I am a real human being, right? I think that sometimes our kids need to remember that we are not just their parents, but we are people too, and we like to have fun and do things. So I call this segment spontaneous fun, right? And what I like about this is, what can we do in our homes to really bring spontaneity into our lives, into our kids' lives? So the first thing that we'll do sometimes is we'll just jump in the car. I literally will just be like, okay, get in the car. We're gonna go for a ride. And sometimes we'll just start driving and we just end up somewhere. Sometimes we get in and I'll say, is there somewhere you wanna go? We'll end up at the beach or the Starbucks. So sometimes they know where we're going, sometimes they don't. But the fun part about it is that They might be doing homework. They might be just hanging out, listening to music. They might be on Roblox. They might be talking to a friend. They might be, FaceTiming or Zooming with a friend. And I will literally just say, okay, girls, computers down, screens down, phones down, get your shoes on. We're getting in the car and we're going somewhere. And that seems to be really fun. And in fact, I added last week, I did something I have not done in a very long time. So we don't eat fast food in my house except for In-N-Out. That's really the only fast food that we get. And I personally have not had McDonald's in probably over a decade or longer. So a week and a half ago, one of these spontaneous trips, I got my kids in the car and my daughter said to me, I really want French fries from McDonald's. And my initial gut reaction, like what I was about to say, like literally it was coming out of my mouth was, no way, there's no way we're going, I would never let you do that. And then I thought to myself, like this was all happening in real time, but really fast. And I thought to myself, well, what's the harm, the real harm in this? And my producer's looking at me. What's the real harm in doing this? And in real time, I thought, there is no real harm in doing this. And in fact, there's huge gain because I get to be the cool mom for like 30 seconds. So I said to my daughter, fine, let's go. We're going to McDonald's. And we went to McDonald's and she got McDonald's and a shake. French fries and a shake. I also got fries. It was the first fries I've had from McDonald's in like literally probably 15 years. Oh my God, they were so good. They were so good. They were so good. I remembered how like that salty goodness, but we had so much fun. And then we took a ride to the beach and then we got out at the beach and, I was like trying to take the beach in and admire the lovely, the view obviously, but also the sun was setting. It was gorgeous. And what did she do? She took out her phone and said, I need to do a TikTok and I need you to take pictures of me. But again, my immediate reaction was, can't you just like enjoy the view and just be with me? Well, no, I didn't say that though. Instead, I was like, fine, give me your phone. And I did it. And the funny thing is, and she might be watching, I have no idea, but I don't know, she shouldn't be watching. She should be school's over now. She might be watching. The funny thing is that we both had so much fun. I mean, we were laughing and I was also kind of like giving her a hard time. Like, why aren't you watching the sunset? Why is this more important? But it was all in jest and it was just fun. We had so much fun together. And then afterwards we got in the car and she turned to me and she said, wow, you really did a good job taking pictures of me. She's never given me that compliment before, ever. So that I was like, pat on the back, huge win for me right now because I got to be the cool mom for a couple of minutes and I got to take pictures of her and I didn't give her a hard time for wanting to make her TikToks or doing her pictures and posting them. And the best part of all of it was we spent time together. So, was it exactly in my mind what I had envisioned it was going to be? No, but I let go of that so that we could have fun together. And that like quality time, spontaneous time, it was so much fun. It was with only one of my daughters because my other one actually wanted to stay home. Which brings me to the next thing I was going to say. It is really important, if you are able to do it, is to give each of your kids individual quality time. Now, I say that with the caveat that I know that this is hard, okay? I am not sitting here and judging anybody. I know it is incredibly hard, especially when you have young children, especially if you have 6 children like you do, Rosalinda. 6 kids, it's so hard to do, but even to do, quality individual time, but even if you can get 5 or 10 minutes a day of quality time, or even start even smaller and do 5 to 10 minutes a week of quality time with each child in your home, they will appreciate that so much. They will learn to and value the time that they get. They will understand that you are making them a priority. They will understand that, and that will really be, it'll become, in the beginning we talked about memories and how important memories are, and it will become a real memory for them that yes, they got to go on that drive with you, or they got to go see a movie with you if movies ever return, or they got to go have coffee with you at their favorite coffee shop, right? Or they got to go for a hike with you, or they got whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 25 minutes. Obviously, if you can give your kids more time, then do it. But so the funny thing about the spontaneity is that I have so many parents that I work with who say to me, I can't get my kids to do anything with me, right? Especially like the tweens and the teens. They literally just want to be in their rooms and with their friends. And that's normal. And I understand that. And they are supposed to be with their friends. But I also really do believe that most of the time, and I believe this because I've seen it, that most of the time, if you say to your kid, hey, put your phone down, throw your shoes on, we're getting in the car, I have something fun planned. And then you get them in the car and you're like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? This is your hour. Anywhere you want to go, whatever you want to do. Like at first, they may not be like, this is the coolest thing ever, but I promise you they will get into it. So I think it is something worth trying, the spontaneous car adventure. That's what we call it. Okay, another spontaneous thing that you can do, and this is better with younger kids. For those of you with younger kids, I still try to do this with mine, but at 12 and 15, it's another one of those, I get a big eye roll. But dance parties, we used to do them all the time. I would put music on, I would just throw music on, and we would just dance. I would let them jump on their beds. We would go crazy. We would scream. We would have fun. Sometimes we would take out props like hats and boas and just fun, just have fun with them, especially when they're little because the time goes so fast. So that's a fun one. Another one is doing a specific run in the car or a walk if you live nearby something, to go to them and just say like, hey, I feel like ice cream. Do you feel like ice cream? Great, let's go right now. So that's, something else that you can do. It's along the lines of the car adventure, but it's less adventure and more like, this is what I want. Let's just do it. Let's just go. Let's be spontaneous. Yeah, I know you're in the middle of doing homework. You can take a 10-minute break. Let's go get ice cream, right? So, and then the last one, which is really fun, and this is also in the car, is a car rally with clues. So this takes a little bit more prep on the parents' part, or I'm gonna flip it for you. If you have teens that will do it, and I know not all teens will, but if you have a teen that will do it, you can say to them, I want you to put together a car rally for our family for this weekend with 5 clues, 10 clues, whatever it is. We are gonna go, and this is, by the way, a really fun Valentine's Day activity with your family, since there's not a whole lot we can do anyways, but you can put them in the car and either you can be in charge of it and you can create the clues and go to the different places and either take pictures in front of them or pick up an item, like maybe it's a coffee or an ice cream, or lunch somewhere or a picnic, whatever it is. Or if you have older kids, they're not out of the house, but they're in that like 13 to 16-year-old range or 12 to 16-year-old range, have them put it together and tell them, be like, I want to see if you can stump me. Let me tell you something. Your kids, your 12 to 15-year-old kids, they're going to want to stump you. They're going to want to be able to say, haha, you couldn't do this, right? Because that is so in their nature developmentally at that time of life. And so putting that out there that you actually want them to do that, again, cool mom, cool dad. So I think that can be a really fun activity at any point in while we're in quarantine, when we're not in quarantine, and on a holiday when they have time off, or a holiday like Valentine's Day. So that's a fun activity. So we've done the love notes. We've talked about love notes. We've talked about quality time with them as a family, and also quality time with them individually. We've talked about spontaneous fun. I want to talk about traditions for a minute. So this is something that has been really kind of challenging this year, right? We all have family traditions, and this year, a lot of those traditions went by the wayside because we weren't able to do whatever those traditions were. And so yes, Bree, I mean a scavenger hunt type of thing. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Traditions historically are things that you have done before in the past. They're very meaningful to you. They create really good memories, and they're things that you do over and over and over, right? Well, one of the things that this year has allowed a lot of us to do is to create new traditions and to do things that are special because of COVID. And I know a lot of people are even calling these new traditions like COVID specials. And I actually know a lot of people that have said to me, we have created new traditions this year that are going to be a part of our life now forever because we've actually really loved them. So I'll share something that we did that was really different. So for Halloween, obviously, historically, my kids would go out and trick or treat. And typically, we live in a great neighborhood for trick or treating. It's flat, it's a cul-de-sac, there are lots of kids around. And so typically, our house was one of the houses that they would have friends over, right? And of course, this year, that was absolutely not going to happen because we were like right in the middle of like quarantine part 2, like getting locked down part 2, basically. So I said to my kids at the time, because we were in this window where we hadn't gone back into super strict quarantine yet. That happened November, right before Thanksgiving. So that was a few weeks later. So for Halloween, I told my girls that there was going to be no trick-or-treating this year, but instead we were going to do we were going to decorate our backyard because they had to be outside. And they could each invite 2 friends over. So there'd be a total of 6 kids because I could separate the bigs and the littles on different sides of my yard. So it would be separate and safe. And they were going to do, we were going to watch a movie and have dinner and do a candy scavenger hunt in the backyard, in the front yard, in the cul-de-sac. Well, I just have to say, I think my kids really liked it. As a parent, I loved it. I would like to make this an absolute tradition forevermore for every Halloween that my kids want to be with their friends. My older one, I don't even think that she would want to go trick-or-treating anymore. I think that she would just rather do something at the house with a group of girlfriends. And I would 100% put together a really fun dinner for them and engage them in a scavenger hunt. And I just think that that is the kind of thing where we can create new traditions. And so think about the things in your life, especially with your children, where you feel like maybe this year there's been some disappointment around something. And then think about how you can turn that disappointment on its head and create some new traditions that will be really meaningful and really special. I know another one, for example, a lot of kids were not able to have birthday parties this year. And that's really hard for young kids. They want to be able to share their birthday parties with their friends. But as a result, I know a lot of families who did really incredible things with their kids. Like they did, they slept outside in a tent and did stargazing with their kids. I took, for my younger daughter, we did a picnic at the beach and she got to bring one friend. And so it was, there were 5 of us. And she ended up saying that it was one of her best birthdays ever. And I think that part of that was because we really listened to her. And we said to her up front, we said, we explained, we said, as you know, you're not going to be able to have your birthday this year, but what are some things that you do want to do this year? What can we do to make you feel special and to make your birthday special? And her number one answer was, I want to have a picnic at the beach. So we made that happen. It is important to still figure out things that you can do and make new traditions special for our kids. Yes, love, love, love the beach, Rosalinda. I know. I don't know. Do you live near the beach, Rosalinda? Because I'm here in LA, so I don't live right by the beach. We live about 25 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, depending on LA traffic. But it was so worth it. It was so, so fun. So we love going to the beach. We actually go as much as we possibly can, but that usually means only the weekends because it's still 25 to 30 minutes. So it is what it is, right? You can't really go there on a school day because with the sun setting earlier, my kids are typically in school until sometime between 2 and 4, depending on the day. So by the time we would get there, we wouldn't have that much time. So we don't go every day. But we go as much as we can because we love, love, love the beach. Okay. So the other thing that I want to share, this does involve an item, right? Because in the beginning I said we're talking about a lot of things that do not involve a material item. So this does. So I'm going to throw that caveat out there. I love journaling, as I have talked about on this show. In fact, the journal that I am journaling in right now, I've never journaled ever in my life in a prompted journal, but right now, I read Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, over the summer, and I loved it so much. She has a companion journal. This is it. You see that? Let's see, there we go. So this is a guided journal. So I mean, you can take this off, obviously, with the picture of her, but I kept it on so that I could show you. But what I love about this so much is, I'm going to take you to a page where I have not written anything, but it will say, and not every page has a prompt. But for example, like on this page, it says, what kind of childhood did your parents or grandparents have? How is it different from and similar to your own? And I love that because honestly, that's not something I ever would have journaled about, but then I get to actually do that. And then I have that information forever and ever. That's something that I can look back on. And probably what will happen in that is that I will have a conversation with someone in my family. You know, my dad passed away, so I can't ask him about his childhood, but I could talk to his brother or sister, or I could talk to my mom and ask them about their childhoods. And so anyway, so that's what I'm doing. But what I like even more, and what I think is even more valuable if you have children, and I've talked about this and I've shared this journal before, but I'm so obsessed with it. And I really, really think it is something so important to do with you, especially if you are a mom and you have girls. This is a journal. It's called Just Between Us. It's a no stress, no rules journal, right? It even says that in the title, no stress, no rules. The one rule that my daughters and I have, because we will journal sometimes back and forth to each other, we don't do it all the time, but I have a journal with each of them. And they, what we do is we write in the journal and then we put it under their pillow when we're done, and they can read what we wrote, and you know, we can read what was written by the other person, and we can respond. And the only rule that we have is that what we talk about in the journal stays in the journal. So it has become a very safe space for me to tell my girls things, and for my girls to share things that they don't want to have to actually talk about out loud. And I will say there was one time where I said to my daughter, she wrote something and I really felt like we needed to have a conversation about it. And I said to her, you know, I responded to her, and at the end I said, I would really love, if you're comfortable, to be able to have a conversation with you about this. Maybe over the weekend you can find me. I didn't say I was going to go to her because I didn't want her to feel stressed out by it. So I said, maybe you can find me over the weekend and we can chat for a few minutes, just the two of us. And she did. She did. She came and she found me. And I genuinely believe that had I said to her, I'm going to talk with you about this, that she would have put walls up and would have become very defensive very quickly. But because I put it on her to decide when she was ready to come find me, she did. And that's a piece of advice I'll give you with your kids, regardless of, if your kids are, not if they're real little, but basically older elementary up, especially in the teen years, if you need to talk to them about something, to very calmly just say, hey, we need to chat about this. Let me know when you're ready to do it. It has to happen sometime in the next day or two. Because what that allows is for them to be more in control of the conversation instead of immediately feeling on the defensive because you've gone to them and said, we have to talk about this. When we go to our kids and we say, time to talk, they put walls up, they get defensive. Often, not all. I don't want to generalize and say all kids, but a lot of kids do. This is another journal. So this one is not, I don't know actually if this one is even in my carousel. This is another one. I brought this from my house to share because I was reminded when I was looking, I don't think this is even in all of my stuff. I'll have to add it. But this one is, so what's really fun about this is called My Prudent Advice. And what's really fun about this one is you get to fill this out as the parent on all things that you believe and like lessons and sayings and advice you want to pass on to your children. This is for daughters, but they have another version for sons. And then when you're done filling it out, you can just give it to your kids. So I actually have been writing. I have two of these. I've been writing in one for each of my girls. I don't know that they even know actually, although I think one of them is watching me right now. So now they know. Surprise. But I have two of these and I've been writing in them for, however long I've had them. And my plan is to give it to them on their wedding day. So, or either on their wedding day or when they have their first child or some other very momentous, because I'm not pressuring them. No pressure. If you guys are watching, no pressure. I know they want to get married, but you never know. So at some point, on some momentous occasion, they will get this book with all of these lessons that I want them to take from me. So I don't know if they'll actually read or listen to the lessons, but I'm going to give it to them regardless. So that's something else I really like. So, and that's obviously not journaling, but I wanted to share that because I think it's just a really cool book. The other thing is that I want to have you think about is think about your kids and who they are, right? What are things that they really love, and how can you really, how can you get into their life? So what I mean by that is at the beginning of the show, remember I was saying I lit this candle and I was saying how as much as I love candles, I didn't have a ton of them in my home. But I now have a tween and a teen, and now we have a lot of candles in our home because that's something that they really like. And so it's important to me to bring things into the house and for them to understand, or to, on a subconscious level, to know that what's important to them is important to me. So, for example, you know, my younger daughter will drink water, but she really prefers to have it infused with lemons or fruit. And so I purchased this infuser for her, and she loves it. And she just feels like, you know, instead of just giving her a water bottle, like I got her this. It's like I'm listening to her.
Yes, you know, drinking healthy is a must, which can soon become boring. Or is it? With your Hydra-C Infuser water bottle, say goodbye to plain boring water and start to enjoy delicious healthy
infusion. Wherever you are, whenever you want. Preparing your infusion is really easy. Simply cut your fruits and insert the pieces in the infuser basket part. Put back the infuser, add some water, et voila! This bottle got everything you want, and more. It is 100% leak-proof. Easy to open, comfortable to hold, and even have an integrated timeline. The bottles are highly durable and shatterproof, and features a longer basket to keep your water infused till the last drop. In case of condensation, just cover your bottle with the sleeve to keep it dry and cooler longer. Soon enough, your Hydra-C bottle will become your best companion to bring everywhere. With your delicious infusion packed with vitamins and nutrients, you will easily adopt a healthy hydration habit proven to increase your energy level, facilitate weight loss, and make you feel younger every day. Start your infusing journey in style and get your awesome bottle now.
To my daughter, and you know what, honestly, she already had a water bottle, and I'm not actually a fan of having multiple items that feed the same purpose in our home because I don't like clutter, and I'm really trying to get rid of all the clutter in our house. But when she came to me and she said, you know what, Mommy, I really think that if I put strawberries or lemons into my water, it will make me want to drink it more. And lo and behold, she was 100% right, because now that she does that, she's drinking so much more water. It's also become kind of a game because she can track it on the Hydra-C bottle. So I really love that bottle. And you know, this just, it really feeds into the figuring out what are the things that are important to your kids and how can you show them that those things are important to you too, right? So with older kids, you know, with the teenagers, with that age group, they so often want to be in their room and online and with their friends, and that's okay, right? So there are times where my older daughter, she is allowed to be online and she's allowed to be social, and we encourage it even. Like in those time frames, I'm not saying to her and I'm not nagging to get off her computer. There might be other times where I am, but I know the hours where she can be social and where her friends are able to be social, and that's important to her. And so even, you know, in those windows, I will even sometimes come in and just say, like, are you having fun with your friends? Because the funny thing is, like, if I pop in, she sometimes will think like, oh, I'm popping in to nag her to get off her social media or to get off her screen or to do her homework. So no, so I'll pop in and I'll be like, I hope you're having fun. Tell them I say hi, which is like a total, you know, it's like, I think it shocks her that I'm not coming in there to be nagging her about something. So, you know, again, trying to figure out what are the things that you can do, even if it's just, I mentioned before that my daughters love to listen to music, right? So I have asked them in very unassuming ways, I like to believe, to introduce me to the kind of music that they listen to. And lo and behold, I've learned that there's music out there that I never would have found on my own because it's not really on the radio stations that I'm listening to. And yet they have introduced me to some really awesome music. And so sometimes now we'll just sit and lie on one of our beds and listen to music together, right? Or for example, when we get in the car, I have told my girls, like, they're 100% in charge of the music in the car because it takes the pressure off of me. B, they like being in control of the music. And C, it's like it feeds their, oh, my mom, now this is subconscious, but it feeds their, oh, my mom gets me and loves me and is letting me do something for me, right? Again, that's subconscious, but that's the messaging. And that, by the way, that messaging is very intentional. I want them to get that messaging, even if it's on a subconscious level. Yes, Rosalind, it absolutely explains your 17-year-old, especially boys. They are utilizing gaming for social. That's what, you know, they were doing it even before COVID, before quarantine, but now even more so, that is where boys are socializing, primarily on Fortnite and other, you know, on other gaming consoles where they can be talking to their friends while gaming. And I know my 12-year-old, she's on Roblox a lot, and that she's on Roblox with her friends. And the funny thing is, she's like, while she's playing on, you know, she also will have her either a computer or phone set up so that her Roblox is happening on her iPad, but she's actually talking at the same time and face to face with someone else via FaceTime. So they actually can see each other's faces. So sure, they're not sitting literally right next to each other, but they are completely interacting with each other. And I think that that's really important. Look, I will say, this is gonna totally date me right now, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I play canasta. I love it. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love canasta, okay? It's so fun. It's a card game. It's a card game. If you've never heard of it, it's probably because it's a card game that most of our grandparents played. It's really fun. You play, 4 people play at a time, 2 against 2. So typically, you know, like you can couple up or with friends, whatever it is. Obviously now I'm not playing in person, but I do have a group of girlfriends and the 4 of us would play together. And so now we play still, and we all play from our own homes, and we all have it set up so that we play the game on our iPad because it's, you know, there's, in addition to playing canasta with real cards, you can play it online. So we play online, and we have our either computer or our phone, just like our kids do, so that we can actually talk to each other and be social with each other at the same time we're playing. So, you know, the world has really changed, right? There are so many things that have really changed in the last 10 months. And one of the things that we have had to do is really figure out, how do we continue to get the things that we need to be the person we want to be the best parent that we can be, to love up our kids, to have them continue to be developing in as healthy a way as possible, which, let's face it, there are so many more mental health disorders now with children than there were pre-COVID. That's one of the things that we're seeing that has really started to happen, and it's incredibly sad. And we're dealing with it, and we're all gonna get through this, but it is happening. And I think that, you know, one of the things that we as adults have to do is really pivot and figure out, how can we create home environments that are still really good and happy places for our children. And I want to be clear about something. That doesn't mean that our kids are always going to be happy, okay? It's really important that as parents, we understand that sometimes our kids are going to have an off day, because guess what? Don't you sometimes have an off day? We as parents have off days sometimes. So it's okay for our kids to have off days, right? It's okay for them to have a hard day. Maybe maybe something happened in a class with a teacher. Maybe they had a conversation with a friend that they didn't like. Maybe they're just not feeling great about the way that they look that day. I mean, there's so many things that play into this. I could go on and on about, we could talk about body image. We could talk about eating issues. We could talk about, there's just so many things that go into this. So we're not going to go there today, because that is a whole other show. But what I want to say for this show is that there are so many ways that as parents, we can stay present and in our homes and with our kids, and we can love them and we can be there. Seriously, Rosalinda, you never have off days? Who are you? You are like a super goddess. I mean, I don't understand how you never have off days. But I mean, if that is true, amazing and good for you. I commend you if you never, unbelievable. But the one thing I will say to you, is that it is actually good for your kids to see their parents have off days. Otherwise, they are going to feel that they sometimes have to be perfect and all the time, and that they can't have an off day. And it is important for our kids to learn how to express themselves and to honor their feelings in the moment, and for those feelings to be accepted. So, yes. Okay, so I just want to remind you, for those of you that have just recently joined us, thank you for being here. We're going into the evening. It is about 4:40 here in Los Angeles. We're about to end the show today, but I will be back on Friday with Jed, and we have 2 awesome giveaways where you will get a basket full of, or a package full of art supplies to hang out and do some fun stuff with your kids. And then you're going to get a gift card to Archive, where you can turn all of that art that they have created into a gorgeous coffee table style book of their art. They also at Archive make these incredibly beautiful, they're called mosaics, and they're prints where they take, I think it's 20 or 24 different images of different art pieces created by your child, and they compile them in one piece of art like this. That's like they put them all next to each other. It's in like one piece of art. On Friday, Jed's gonna bring a mosaic so you can actually see what it looks like. They're gorgeous. So you can use your gift card that you're going to get to either you can put it towards a mosaic or you can put it towards a book. Either way. And that is coming up this Friday, so I'm really excited for that giveaway. And maybe Jed will bring banana bread again. We have, I'm not exactly sure. Well, I do know what we're going to talk about, but I'm not going to tease it yet. But we'll have a giveaway. That's what I will tell you. We're going to do the giveaway. So keep following us at Sway TV, at Amazon Live. Hang out with all the other incredible hosts that we've got coming up. There's someone following me. I believe, I'm not exactly sure who's coming on next, but I saw 2 hostesses walking in, and they're outside waiting to come on. As soon as I leave, they're going to be joining you. So stay tuned. I'm sure it's going to be really fun. It's fun to have you here. It's so fun to shop with you. It's fun to share this information. I so enjoy spending this time with you and talking about parenting. And just remember that, if you do have an off day, if you have an off moment, parenting is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a journey. It's not a one-day adventure. So enjoy it, get into it, have fun with it, and love up those kids, because before you know it, they're going to be heading out into the world, and they're not going to have you within a few feet of them all the time. And we want to build up their self-esteem and their self-confidence and send them out into the world really independent human beings. So thank you so much for being with me today. I so enjoyed having you here. come join me on Friday morning with Jed Gold. We will be back bright and early. We're going to be here at 7:45 in the morning, Friday morning, for a couple hours. Cannot wait to have you join us and for this 2 giveaways. And we will see you then. And in the meantime, let's sway. Bye.
Make sure you guys follow Sway TV.
Follow Sway right here. Ooh, it's this way, sorry.
Corey says, thank you, Sway TV. Shakira says, thank you, Sway. Yes, guys, it is so much fun. We love Sway TV.
Yes.
Amazon, we love you,
Yes.
Amazon.
So grateful for you guys and for Sway TV.
I've had such a great time with all of you. Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway. Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Let's sway.
Hi, how are you? Good. I was wondering, whatever happened to that guy? Which one? Oh. There's never just one. Are you having fun?
Yeah. I have a date with a much younger guy on Friday.
Oh yeah?
So we'll see how that goes.
How much younger?
You want to go in first? Or you want which side do you want?
Here, let me just do this.
I was on that side before.
You want that side again? Or are you gonna?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't care. That's fine. I can try that side.
See how
Switch it
that
up.
names. Is it okay, Andy? Where do you want it? Same place?
Doesn't matter.
Here, I gotta change the back, I gotta move the back of the flowers here in a second, but I'll do that in a second.
All right.
Hold on, the flowers.
Flowers. What flowers?
I brought the candies.
Yay!
Got them too.
No, these are yours.
Oh.
All right, swing on over, I'm gonna move these flowers.
Oh, you want me to help you? Oh,
For you.
What flowers? Oh.
All right, Sally, you put the grass in between, and the flowers, whichever you want, flowers or grass in between.
oh.
You guys,
don't see
No, we
that.
want the. Hold on.
in the middle of you guys here. Red shot, so I'm gonna get a fire shot of that.
Can we see what it looks like?
Where are you?
There we are.
Wait, hold on. So weird.
Yeah, on that side.
Right?
Andy, is there a better place for me to leave all my stuff than in this corner?
No.
I just don't want it to be in your way.
Oh, it's like,
Go ahead, angle into that. Now again,
What are these?
this paper here.
oh yeah, we don't need any of that.
Swing into the right. That's our giveaway. See you right away. The PlayStation one. So go ahead, did you pick a product? Go ahead, pick an item, and then I'll show you how to add it to the,
Take it. Here, add this for me.
So you added these already, right?
I added the 3, yeah.
Okay.
You go to shop Sway TV.
Lanig.
It's really a problem.
It is a problem. You need to get LASIK.
Bye, ladies. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Good evening.
All right, see you Friday morning.
LASIKs?
I can't. I'm not qualified.
shoot.
Mine's like all different weird issues.
Not qualified, is that what you said?
I'm not qualified. Are you?
Oh wait, are we already in here? We're already in here.
I think if you do lip mask. Oh,
L-E-I-G.
there it is. Oh, sorry.
Yep, it came up.
There you go.
So once we have it, we have one thing on here. Is it this one? This one.
Okay, there's a little thing that says add to list. On the right,
That's a list.
On the right.
see it?
Add to cart. No. Add to list.
No.
Hold on.
List.
No.
Hold on. We're gonna find it. There.
Yep.
Yay.
Press that down. Whoa.
What happened?
That doesn't look like, hit X on that. It doesn't say add to list, one of these number, one of
That
these
says
things?
add to
Yeah, right
list.
there.
Okay, add to list, click it, and then it should bring the drop down of all the lists, which it doesn't.
View your list.
What's wrong with
Maybe it's already in the list. Did you already send me that?
Oh, I might have.
No, no.
I don't think it is. Did you?
All right, click it again.
It's right here.
All right, click it.
Okay, look at that.
That's the contest information. So it says add to list there, and you click on that,
Yeah, that's what we did.
and then it's not letting you.
We might not be in the right place.
No, you're in the right place.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's a laptop thing. It's probably a Chrome thing. So I'll add them. Let me add them on the other.
What other? Where? Oh, did you bring
It's
a bunch
this.
of other?
You wanna?
What is it?
It's this. Length.
It's a lip mask.
All right.
I don't-
I remember seeing this.
I might have sent it
Did
to
I
you
make
then.
you a list? Did I already? What other list is in
Did
there?
I make? Did I send it to you?
how
And
do we-
forgot?
No,
I might have.
Totally sent me a bunch of stuff. I
Oh,
think I already
well
made
then
you a
I
list.
sent you that for
Right.
sure.
What are the lists there? I knew I thought I made
How do
one.
we get to the
But I
list?
didn't-
Just go to followsway.com.
Okay.
What?
This must be called something else.
This
Now
whole
I have to
eye
rename
thing.
it.
Followsway.com. Click. Hello.
Likely spam chat. So these people, Jay,
Yes,
We-
be
oh,
careful
right
with
here.
don't
those
talk
names.
to them.
Eden and Sally.
Is that the list with some stuff?
Yeah, but I only see the stuff I sent you.
Okay,
The
is there
camera and the
different-
light.
Is there a different one besides Eden's and Sal?
Ah,
That's
the
question,
real
'cause
deal
Eden
with
sent me
Shay.
stuff.
In studio, Zule, Kimmy, the art of parenting.
Nothing?
What would it say?
I don't remember what I called it. If not, I have them in text. I will,
Does
add
it matter if it's not in? Let's see
It
if it's
doesn't
in here.
matter. I'll add it during the show though. I'll get it in there.
There's her in here. Let's see. It could be in
Because that looks like all this stuff.
a blender. So your stuff is on top now.
I don't see it.
Well, where's your stuff?
Right here, reset with Eden. So that's where your stuff needs to go to. So we're on the list, the Eden and Sally reset.
Just the 3 things are in there now?
Yeah, just the
All right, I'll
3.
take care of it.
Do they sell
Okay.
the Apple Watches on here?
I mean, they sell everything, but
I'm just throwing in there because
Right?
it's gonna come up for gadgets because
Exactly.
I've got a story to tell. Do you need room?
Nope.
You can push me. What's all
Good.
this stuff? These can't go too far.
That's your stuff.
No, it's
We need to open that.
theirs, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
We need to add these too. These Take It Now, Bottle Joy. What is it
A
called?
gallon and a half gallon.
Gallon, half gallon, in pink. I definitely like that side better. Do you like that side better?
all right, it's called bottle.
You want it? No, I don't care.
You don't care?
My hair.
Do you
I don't
care or not
care.
care? You don't care? Oh, then let's swap if you don't care.
I just got comfy, you crazy.
Sorry, bitch. We're swapping.
The mayonnaise is added. Now, what is it? The bottle joy?
She's making us move again.
making
Yeah,
her-
bottle joy, gallon and half
And
gallon.
half gallon. Pink and then, yeah, the pink and the gray.
Here.
Yeah. Yes, that's enough. This is cute. Little baggie.
I got on Amazon.
You did? Mm-hmm. So cute.
And everyone loved it. Oh, yes.
It's a lot of stuff.
Anything you add, go into the browser, just type in
what is all this stuff?
Stand by. I need those pictures, so hold on one second. So the thing about the product cameras I noticed from the last shoot is that, you know, because it's got face focus, unless both of your faces are covered.
Yeah.
We don't
But you
see.
just, but you don't have to stick it right in front, you just keep it next to you, it's just gonna flow out if you do it. But in this picture here, right now I'm recording, so just go ahead and,
Did I put my phone over there?
here you go. Sally into the camera here, hold this into the camera first, you're first. I'm gonna get two individual let's sways, I don't want to do it together.
Oh, my phone is.
So,
Hold on.
the,
Oh, I need to put this
Yes.
in
right,
there.
right,
You ready?
so-
Yeah.
so, yeah, I'm gonna just, just hold it like that, let me just get a gun here in the camera.
Sorry, Sal. Oh, under your feet.
What you got,
Yeah,
babe?
just like that.
Oh,
Got it?
here we go.
She moves, right? Go for it.
Sorry.
All right, go for it, hold it up. Perfect. And then just slowly to the left and smile. Hold it, let me get the change the graphic. So I can get your graphic on there.
This thing has got to
Sally
change.
here.
Because that was the angle, right? It was weird.
The what? Oh, yeah, for your
All right,
fans.
all right, all right.
Friends. I gotta get used to that.
Exactly.
Just hold it right there. Yep, and then slowly to your right so I get the smile to the camera. All right, I got it. Perfect. Add to a let's sway to the camera, so get rid of the cuff.
Just me?
Just you, over to that, yep. Let me just move over, just like inch over a little bit to your left, so I don't have to move the camera. Yeah, then, yep, perfect. Now do a fun let's sway, something fun.
Let's sway.
That's good. All right, Eden's time. Here we go.
Oh, no glasses.
Look at that.
Which side is?
All right, Eden.
Get in the middle.
What am I doing? Oh, in the middle?
Yeah.
Just like this?
Yeah.
Is
Get more in the middle. Maybe come this way a little bit. Are you changing the name? Because it says my name right now. Okay.
I changing the name?
All right.
That was so flat.
All right. Now swing over a little bit. I can swing the camera over a little bit here.
Where do you want me to go? Right or left?
Swing over this way. Stick it in front of your face.
That's what he
Sally,
said.
Tell her, so I want the mug in focus, but you out of focus. Yeah.
And then
that's
you're
right.
gonna move
Slowly
it
to the right, but smile.
Yeah.
Smile. Yep, slowly to the right and smile into the camera. Yeah, smile. Okay, try one more time. Missed that one. Go back in.
We're trying to get the cup
Yep,
in focus.
smile.
Go the other
Slowly
way.
to the right. Yep, smile. Keep going. Now go to the right. Slow, slow, slow. Yep, you're getting it. Yeah, one
Now.
more time. One more time. Close, close, close. Go ahead. One more time.
What is the problem?
He's trying to get the.
Go ahead.
Go
Smile,
further
smile.
out, I
You're
think.
good. Now smile to the camera. Yep. Yeah. Good. I think. Now just give me a let's sway. Put the mug down and without the mug. Let's nice let's sway into the camera.
Ready?
Ready.
Let's sway. Stupid. Hey, hey. See these broken little blondes, you got, if you see them, just be like,
That was kind of weird.
was it?
That was lizard-like.
That was.
All right, here's your top right into the camera. Just stand by a few seconds. It'll come and I'll change in a second. There it is.
Oh.
All right, go for it right to the camera. Do a nice let's sway to the camera.
Let's sway.
All right, that's good. Do one more.
Oh my gosh.
One more.
I think you should be more sexy,
Sally
like,
caught you there.
Sexy.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's
All right, do one more into the camera there. Go further. Yeah.
Let's sway.
All right, one more. That's it. All right, one more. Straight
Let's
in. All right, I
sway.
said something that doesn't count. Go for one last one.
Let's sway.
All right, I'll work with one of them. All right, here we go.
I mean,
That was cute.
Well, good. Here we
You're
go.
cute.
All right, stand by to start in 2 minutes.
I know he'll make fun of me somehow.
You guys get excited? I'm gonna move the camera again. I'm gonna move the camera.
You good?
Where's that candle? Did she leave it up?
Yeah.
She
light the
didn't-
candle.
Oh, let's light it.
Oh,
Where's the match?
underneath it.
Just right there.
Matches. The frickers.
Like, oh. Are we doing stuff that we did last week too? No. Well, oh, just yeah.
It's whatever we want.
It's whatever. We,
Yeah, whatever,
What?
whatever. Whatever, whatever.
All right. So Sally, so no,
Oh wait, our names are switched.
Yeah, I'll switch it.
Oh.
You're not lighting anything on camera?
The what?
You lighting the candle on camera?
Oh,
No,
we
I already
can-
lit it. Yeah?
The theater of it,
We have another one. They'll get the mood.
on camera.
Oh, light him on camera. Okay. Okay. So you call it the carousel, not the cart, right? In the carousel. And they're not buying. We're not telling them to buy, right? We're just saying, because are we saying like,
You don't have to say anything about buying anything. Don't worry about the buying part. People can figure that part out. They know they're buying shit. Just say it's in the carousel.
get you one?
Yeah, don't sweat the
What?
carousel.
Hey, babe, I'll order food for you guys for after your show.
when you're
I'll also
looking-
try to come
Who's
in.
that? Oops.
That's
What do you
should
want?
wait
What do you want to
till
eat?
dinner. I'm gonna
Well,
order
what-
food after the show.
Yeah, what do we want?
You stick it down there, and then it's the worst.
What's that?
It's the worst view when
Yeah,
we look
angle.
back
The
at
angle's
it.
bad.
What do you mean? I'm gonna
The
put,
angle's bad.
What
Like,
do you mean the angle's bad? I'm gonna put first of all, I'm gonna put a lens on it so it's wider. But I don't want. I'm trying to get it out of here.
Like if,
I can move
because
the
if
camera.
it's
Hold
over,
on.
no,
Keep
this.
it there. I'll move this camera here.
But I'm saying like when you watch it, did you watch it on my phone?
Why would I watch it on your phone?
Exactly.
the angle was
Why
bad.
watch
Yeah,
it on
yeah.
TV?
How do you get it there?
You like that
No.
angle?
Wait.
Let me
I
put a
was
lens
trying
on
to
it.
put it higher up,
Where's my lens?
Yeah, that's good.
but I'm trying to get it out of there.
I'll
Do
get
you
it. I'll
see
move the
it?
camera.
Oh, see it out
I'll
of the
move
thing,
camera.
yeah. Oh, what do we want to eat? Do you want sushi?
Um,
What are you in the mood for? What about those bowls, the ahi bowls? No. Remember we used to get those at your house all the time. What are you in the mood for?
Let me know if this widens the. Can you
I
see?
can't even.
see.
Oh, I can't see where.
Yeah,
I
where's the-
moved it, right?
Where's the camera? So like go to live or something.
What did I do, Sally? Do you remember?
Oh,
Up here?
yeah. Go there and then go to
This?
stories. Yep, go to story.
Story.
And then go to the left.
Look, what?
No, the other way.
Oh.
Left. There you go.
Oh,
Live.
live.
See it?
One more.
Bam.
And tell me.
And then turn it around because it's on the other side. So, yeah. Bam. And then that way we could. Oh, yeah, see?
I'm sorry. It's this way.
And then lower. Let's see.
Yeah, but wait, hold on, let it see first, because last time it was too low.
All right. Make it how you want it.
That's too. See, the thing is, we don't need a wide angle. That's what's messing us up.
Okay.
So, let's go up a little bit. And then we'll just be close.
Yeah.
Because the wide angle gives too much.
All right.
You
Now
know?
I'm gonna move this camera here, right here. And I'm gonna cheat a little bit over to your right there. Just move it back into frame.
What?
The camera's into this camera here.
It is?
Oh.
Just give me a little
See?
side space there.
Oh, I see.
Oh, just can't. No, you're going too low again, too. Just keep it high up, but move it. Come from there and then turn it towards us.
That thing is so weird.
Okay.
This thing.
That other stands.
There, right? You
All
can
right,
get
like
it.
that?
Yeah.
All right. Is it in
Perfect.
frame? Almost perfect. That's perfect. So now if you guys can just slide over 1 inch that way.
A lot of headroom, but. Huh?
Oh,
More?
Yeah, well, I'll pop out of your camera though.
No,
right,
that's good
good.
still.
But yeah, well, you don't see it centered.
Oh, can you move it a little bit?
If I do,
Move yours?
I'm gonna get the camera. Did I get it or no?
Nope.
No?
Yeah, a little
I mean,
bit.
it's in, but you can hardly see it.
All right. I'm a stickler for that if you don't mind.
Who taught you that?
Obviously not you if you said you can hardly see it. Hardly see it or not see it at all.
Oh,
Big
wait,
Sky.
hold-
Oh my God, I love Big Sky.
It's in again.
Put it way back. You want me to put it back here?
Man.
It's back.
Clip it up.
The what? The what? The what?
Just flip it up somewhere.
That thing is funny.
All right, I'll get an angle on that. Let's see if that changes.
Here, wait, hold on. Let me get my feet under me.
Yeah. Now, again, I want to do an issue. I will issue a challenge. If you get somebody fun and get somebody who brings a lot of people here
Right.
and says they refer them,
Yeah. Do you like that?
It's in there still. Hold on. Because if I move that up and move this down. Oh, then we're still. Is it in there?
that's good.
That's
You go
good.
with that. That's great.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, beautiful. All
I
right,
can
you
see the
guys ready?
computer, but that's fine. It's a live set.
Yeah.
Live set. So, Sally, you centered? What do you think? Move the camera this way now.
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah, that's good. That's
All
good.
right, cool. All right?
Because I could always.
Again, if you put something into the camera, you
move
both
this
have to
way.
block your face. You don't have to go like this, but you can just like block your face a little bit.
If we want to show something in the camera.
If you want to be in focus, otherwise keep it near you and then the focus will
Oh, you
pick up
both
on
have to block it.
Yeah, something like that, but the focus will pull
I'm just
back.
gonna go like this.
Thank you, Sally. Yeah, there you go. I saw you did that once, and you don't have to do that. I saw you did that last time.
What?
You blocked your face with your pillow.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm going
Oh,
to.
did you follow instructions well? I don't know if that's so necessary, but.
No?
There's one piece of blue tape there, which I'm gonna rip
Blue
off.
tape, blue tape, blue tape, blue tape.
Back here, because I
Where?
used to keep the wires.
Uh-oh. I'm going to tell my kids.
You got your massager. We have now his, and we've got now suede blue.
That's what I bought.
The suede blue?
Oh, that's
yes,
good.
by the
And I was gonna
Valentines.
do a little live in my bathroom and send it to you, but I didn't.
Well, that's good. Better do it on camera.
Cause then we
You've got
could.
the
No, but you
massager
didn't.
here.
Oh,
You've
you
got
can't.
there.
You can't throw it in.
Oh,
Can
you
you?
can throw it in, but
Massager.
again, if you do get somebody who can bring a lot of followers in, so just so you know,
Are we doing a giveaway?
well, again, that's up to you. If you do a giveaway, I want to make sure you say basically if we get, see how the heat's going, and if you get, basically just for. Like the last giveaway was good, but it took a while to get all those people, so you sort of
Yeah.
get a sense to see if
Well,
people
if we
are coming in.
start it with,
How many
we're
people do
doing
you think is not embarrassing to have a giveaway?
20.
Perfect. You get 20 people, do $100 gift card giveaway.
Done.
Done.
Because I'm having my kids have all their friends
Have your
watch.
Kids, yes, have your kids, and then again, if somebody can refer a friend, if you get somebody who can refer somebody, but we're also having a
Call a
PS5 giveaway.
friend.
You're also going to be entered into our PS5 giveaway, so you know that. So you've got a piece of paper there to enter into the PS5 giveaway. So you need a bucket though. I need to get you a bucket, right? Need to get you cards. Do you have cards over there?
Right there,
There's
but they're
paper.
far away.
No, I.
Can't reach that.
Here you go.
Perfect. Gracias. Gracias.
So we're having the PS5 giveaway, but I will give you a separate bucket for these.
See who else I can. I'm gonna get all my.
All right. Here we go.
So you remember the whole beginning?
Here's the bowl.
Nope.
Here's the bowl here. Pineapple core. Anybody ever core pineapple, by the way? This makes for really good TV one time.
You know what?
We
Look,
can.
I don't have a pineapple, but let's talk
I have a
about it.
pineapple, but
Well,
I
I
don't
don't know how to do it. It'll be
Okay.
very funny.
It would be aggressive.
Let's do
Very
it.
aggressive
Just for the
because-
comedy, let's do it.
I don't think you'd be down for it. mean,
Because
it's
I might
serious.
cut
Because
myself.
It's a little don't cut yourself. It's a twister thing. You cut the pineapple open at the top. You screw this in the pineapple.
Yeah. You have a
And
pineapple?
then you pull it out, and it comes out with all the rings.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Do you have a pineapple?
Yes.
You have a whole
Do you
pineapple?
want to do it?
Whole one.
I mean, I'll eat it too.
You'd have to watch
Yeah.
the video first at the Zoo Light Kitchen.
Yeah, let's do it. It'll be
Kitchen
fun.
Yeah.
video.
Bring it.
Aggressive.
Yeah, we'll just
That'll be
bring it
fun.
and it'll be goofy.
We're
If we cut
aggressive.
ourselves and the blood will gush everywhere, then we'll have a lot of fans.
Right. Well, I need to catch
Yeah.
this camera over here.
Did you put these in our carousel?
Which?
I love you. What the hell is this?
These?
That's a stand for a product stand. You put products on top of it.
I like that.
What's that?
I like that. That's cool. So I'm just gonna say we're back. Eden and I are back on Sway TV Live, on Sway TV right here on Amazon Live.
Wait,
And we're just here to have some fun. Show.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Hold
it.
on.
Show.
Just
we got some
if
cool
you see,
products.
just be like, let me fix your hair, okay?
Okay.
And
And
then I'll be
then,
like, what are you, my hairdresser?
and then we'll talk about Valentine's and how we don't have dates.
oh no,
unless
yeah,
you have
that's
a
a,
date.
very serious
Yeah.
conversation we're going to talk about.
All right, I got it. Let's do it.
And if we need to
Are we talking about my date on
names,
Friday?
no names.
I
The
should make
lighting
sure.
of
I should
my
confirm. Are you coming?
brown spots.
Are you coming on Friday, by the way? He made a reservation for 4. What's the deal with
That's
Ross?
a date.
Oh, that's
Bring your
right.
reservation for 4?
Yes, because I said I want to bring my
I
friends.
love it.
Because I don't know.
She wanted to bring her friends.
Is that weird?
Totally.
He didn't seem to be bothered by it, so.
I'll sense the pineapple situation and I'll bring it in the
All
show.
right.
Now, again, there's one new thing here. Do you remember playing product videos?
Product
Yeah.
videos. What?
You remember doing that?
Product videos in
What does that
here?
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So create product videos. The good news now is that I've got the product videos. I got the sound directly into the systems. You can actually talk during the video. Last time I was already getting the. You're still on your Instagram, of course, but you can talk to Instagram during a product video or whatever it is. It's not interfering with my feed. That's a separate thing. So you can talk like that. Play product videos.
Can I just have one of those over here because
Which
you
one?
know it's my.
One of these?
Yeah, it's my.
Okay, here we go.
It's my go-to.
All right, host shot. All right. Let me see what you got there.
What's going on with my hair?
Listen, why you take the collateral thing out at the beginning part? You're not going to break that so fast. And again, scoot a little bit to your right there, Sally. You see, you're sort of. That was like I don't want you to cut off like that. Yeah, there we go. Scoot towards her.
Eden towards me?
Yeah, give me 1 inch towards Sally.
Is that good?
I mean, you tell me you see it.
Yeah, it looks great.
There you go.
We're like centered.
How's my hair? Is it kooky?
So again, I'm counting on you guys to talk for like a good 5 minutes
just,
before
like,
you go to any
making a
product or
mess.
anything like that. Not get
Do you want it to be like that on purpose?
What? Yeah.
Do you want
Amazon
to
wants, by the way.
Yes.
What?
So Amazon just did a webinar. They
Yes.
do a webinar once a month to tell people, creators, what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want creators to tell stories.
Stories, got it. We got
So you can
tons.
say that, we watched the Amazon webinar on what they want from their hosts, and they want stories. Well, we got stories. And
We
then
got
just
plenty
like-
of stories.
Right.
We're going to talk about Ross today. Can we?
What's Ross?
Yeah, but can you throw out another name?
Who's Ross?
TJ?
That's no. We need nicknames for both of them. We'll see.
Robert is Ross. And Timothy is TJ.
How about you just? Okay.
Yeah?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas and
Robert. Roger.
Roger.